someone asked me to talk to you about collectivism, right? Because it's just a psychological term. It's like political philosophy. If you look
Well,
at
I know. I
the,
don't care.
you don't
I
care.
think it's gay.
It's gay, isn't it?
I tried to explain this to Sargon. You're
Okay.
internet YouTubers, V. Nobody cares.
Well, yeah, but
This is like
see,
the third iteration of it, isn't it? It was rationalist, and then it was skeptics, and now it's liberalists. Like, I get it. You're liberals. It's a nice new coat of paint. I don't give a shit.
well, this is why I disagree. I think the first movement, the rationalists were what, the atheist movement, I guess. And
I
then
don't fucking know. I don't keep a notebook journal of the dumb shit people get up to online. I just hear the name and go, fucking Christ, what are you doing?
well,
Who
I
calls
think now
themselves a rationalist? Who does that? Who does that? Who calls himself that and doesn't think they're going to be laughed at?
It's I don't think people call themselves a rationalist. I think this was a label.
They named their Facebook group that.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. These are like the anti-tribalists, weren't they?
Yeah, this was Sargon and all of them. They were the rationalists, and then it was the skeptics.
I think there is actually a picture. I don't think it was Sargon. Hold on. Because I saw this Google image of them. Wasn't it like Spinal and what's his name? Like the guy with the George Soros picture with bunny ears and.
The rationalists had Shuan and Sargon and others posting their collective videos together on Facebook, which is weird. You'd think they wouldn't want to do that together. They would be individualists about it.
Okay, well, I don't know about it.
But my point is, it's goofy fucking internet shit. And I'm sorry, but that's the reality of it. And I know that calling it cringe gets under people's skins. I don't give a shit. I'm calling it like I see it. I'm going to call it like I see it, just like I would with fucking Baby Furs, just like I would with DeviantArt, just like I did with Tumblr and any other fucking group that I've encountered. And I thought, God, that's some funny, goofy fucking stuff. I get it. You believe in it. I don't. It looks dumb to me.
You know what's funny? That the Tumblr pronoun Z, Xerx, C, which you would have found completely ridiculous when you started making the videos. Like, if you had asked me 4 years ago, I would say this is just absolute cringe shit. It will never... never in my life would I think that this would reach mainstream. And now there are laws in Canada that you have to call someone a Zer. I mean, I get that you want to use the internet for laughing at, it's like someone who watches television. Some people like to watch Jerry Springer's, other people like to watch cartoons. Some people want to watch the news and other people want to watch music. And I think there's a place for an audience that want to watch more, I'm not going to call it serious, but they want to watch some political shit.
I get it, V. And what I'm saying is, if I walked up to the average man on the street and said, my friend, let me tell you about the Liberalists. It's run by a YouTuber that has a secret 20-year plan that's in a mystery box. He won't tell you what it is, but it'll work. And all you have to do is call yourself all you have to do is call yourself a liberalist and follow the super secret plan that's in the mystery box that we're not showing anybody because it's a mystery. All your problems will be solved. Nobody's going to have transgender children after this. You're going to be safe.
No, let me explain to you what this is about, right? Because I think there's a lot of misunderstandings surrounding this. The way I view it is that there are actual problems that I would like fixed. I guess I'm just bitching about it, and honestly, you were bitching about it on your channel as well. Like, for instance, the co-opting of Marvel, and you had this other video on the European Union, and you also had several other videos about journalism, and I think you made the video about Ferguson, a couple of years ago. And
yeah, a couple of years ago, because I said my piece and then I moved on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there are other people who haven't moved on, I guess.
Yeah, you haven't moved on. I understand that. You guys are stuck in the mindset of talking about blue hairs from Tumblr and
we're not
Islam.
talking about blue hairs from Tumblr, are we? I mean, the fact that what was the recent problem? Oh yeah, the one at Google, where they're forcing employers, for instance, to listen to furries talk about how it is to be a multi-planar being, and they harass people who vote for Trump and shit like that. At the major corporations that has your emails, I think it would be something that the public would like to know. That is going on?
I don't know. All I know is, boy, this is sure a pull shift from what Sargon told me about 6 or 7 months ago when he was talking about the adpocalypse on Google. They're our friend, Jim. YouTube just needs to know that YouTube just needs to know we support them. They're on our side. And then all of a sudden the Demore documents come out and it's, oh my God, look what's going on.
Yeah, but let's talk about how it was then and how it's now. Then there was a KKK video that YouTube said they will not take down because they want these people to have a rope to hang themselves with, and they want more people to hear what the KKK has to say. And they had a strict policy when it came to taking down videos, and now they changed. So obviously my opinion on them changed as well. Why would I have the opinion I have now to a company that was different back then?
Well, people, aka me, told Sargon that it was a dumb idea. I'm not going to go into great detail. People can ask him if they want. That he had in relation to what was going on with Google. And I told him they don't give two fucks about YouTubers. You guys, all of us, mean nothing. We are just fucking people on a platform. They don't give two goddamn shits about YouTubers. That would be pretty obvious to anybody with any common sense. So when I'm hearing that kind of argument, and then the guy that makes that argument to me 6 or 7 months later wants to do a political movement, and he's talking about, oh my God, all these terrible things that are going on. And I'm thinking back to that conversation. I'm like, I'm not fucking following this. I'm not following this shit.
You also had the video, A Tale of Two Narrative, if I remember correctly. I mean, obviously you gave a little bit of shit about that. Yeah. Raising.
Yeah, I was showing people saying, hey, look, your comments are disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't you think?
But I didn't start a political movement about it, did I? I made a video and I moved on.
It's not a political movement; it's an advocacy movement. Like the way
from what I understand, didn't Sargon say that he had aspirations to make it political? He wanted to get politicians involved.
Well, let's talk about what it is, right? And then we can decide if you.
I've already decided, but I'll let you pitch me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Upsell me.
Okay. The way I view it is the way social justice warriors influence the culture is not done by one person. It's an overall push, and the only way to fight against this type of tactic and to fight the culture is with the counterculture, to get people, a sufficient high number of people, to change their mind on issues. And the only way to do it is to get out there and talk to people, and help people articulate the problems that they're having, to help people better explain how to navigate the political correctness labyrinth without being called racist, sexist, and getting fired. And this whole internet thing that you say it's not working, I think it does. Like if I'm looking at 4 years ago on a website that's on a game journalist website, for instance, even remotely contradicting yourself with a woman, or even remotely saying something negative about the feminist, you'd get banned immediately. And nowadays people are going and they're trolling the living fuck out of IGN, not giving a single fuck about it. It's like, it's the opposite way around. When a feminist says something, people are immediately attacking and they're dogpiling them. So I do think there is a shift in culture. I do think it's a change. Now, it is my opinion that alternative media had something to do with it. I don't know, but I do think that, your channel in particular didn't do it, but other channels with yours talking about these issues and mocking them and, talking how silly they are, I think it changed the mind of a lot of people.
Now, when you're talking about addressing the source of the counterculture rather than the symptoms, what source would you pin all of this on? What's the source of the SJWs?
The source of the SJWs, I would say it's academia.
And what's the driving force in academia, V?
Money.
There's not a specific group you're thinking of, maybe? Are you coming out as alt-right on this stream, V? Do we need some parentheses?
The way I view it is when Milo Yiannopoulos went to Berkeley University, right? And there were these massive riots there, and, students were burning shit, and then people saw how people in black were using bike locks to crack heads and stuff. They lost a lot of supporters. Like, people stopped sending their kids to those universities. People started taking money away from those universities. They had to shut down a lot of their dorms. Professors got fired. I think capitalism is doing its job. It's just that people need to expose these types of behavior. Because I bet that 4 years ago, if you said that, on Berkeley, there is a terrorist organization that's willing to go out and use bike locks to crack people's head, people will think that you're crazy. You're talking shit. It's only until Milo, a gay Jew that's a conservative and is married with a black man, went there and saw how they're calling him a Nazi and how deranged these people are, that the public took notice of some wrongdoing over there.
So you establish your group. So, okay, what memes are you going to steal this time for it? Like, Shadowlay, my fellow Kakistani, what bullshit are you going to lift and brand as your own, E-Bombs World, to make this one work?
Are you against cultural appropriation now? Are you saying that memes are coming with intellectual property?
I did a video 10 years ago called Pretender Syndrome, talking about people that didn't belong to a certain community online, taking and using their memes and their language to try to seem like they fit in when they really don't. I mean, that might be part of the problem that you and Sargon and others are dealing with. Is
yeah.
No, wait. Let me finish. You took.
That's fair enough.
Let me finish. You took the whole meme, right? And you used them and you tried to make it seem like everything's cool, but now all of a sudden it's not. I mean, it seemed like it was fine when you're making money off it, but once it got to be a bit of a problem, now we've got an issue. We got to call it out.
Well, I think the video you were talking was about feminists infiltrating in gaming, right?
No. The video I'm talking about with somebody called the Crying Red Faggot who showed up and ruined a forum with his little bitch moves by trying to pretend like he fit in when he didn't. And then once he got accepted by the community, he ruined it by being a whiny little bitch.
I watch your videos religiously, but I guess I missed that one. I
said a decade ago, Fee.
All right, that's fair enough. I haven't seen it. But okay, if I see a really good meme that's made at me and it comes from an image board, like what are the procedures I need to do in order to be able to replicate it? Like, do I need to ask permission? Like, do I call an IP lawyer so we can discuss royalties? Like, how exactly would I be able to do if someone sees some funny shit and wants to use that funny shit? Like, what are the loopholes that they need to go through?
I don't know. I mean, look how it worked out for you. Like, Kekistan is pure fucking cringe at this point. Who doesn't get mocked for liking it? If you want to do it, you gotta run with what the reaction's gonna be. Look at the faggots that wear the fucking reaction face shirts from Reddit. You know, with all the smug face, all the stupid faces I'm talking about. You ever see one of those assholes walking around a mall? No, you don't. There's a reason.
Well, the thing with the Kekistani was that it was just a joke that Sarga said on the Labor stream, and people just started doing it. Like, it used to be on 4chan, it used to be on 8chan. But this whole idea of mocking identity politics was something that Sargon said on the stream, and it was because his UK government website allowed for people to create their own ethnicity, and they said, okay, well, why don't we troll them? Why don't we see where Kekistani and see what happens? You know, and he took like I believe it was a Middle Eastern nation that most people probably don't hear about, and they took that nation's economy, which was based on poppy fields. And they used it that this is Kekistani culture and shit like that, and they tried to troll the UK government website to see if they can get Kekistani as an ethnicity, because at the end of the day, there is a religion based on Jedis, you know, and they want to see how stupid this can be. It's like,
that's cute. If it lasted a week, that would have been funny. But
if other
years, me.
Yeah,
2 years of people being fucking retards.
You'll never see me, you know, going around with the Kekistani flag or shit like that. You know, if other people want to do it, it's like, okay, that's fine. But if you're going to ask me what Kekistani is,
my mind flashes back to somebody standing on a toy boat at a children's playground waving a Kekistani flag while retards scream "Normies get out."
I agree, and that wasn't me. You know, that's not what I was doing.
I'm saying that's my mental image of this. So, okay. So you liberalists want to change the world. You see that academia influenced by money, I guess, is the root cause. Money from who?
Well, I don't know. Who is sending money to the academia?
Are we anti-capitalist? What do you mean by money? It's a very generic kind of vague statement. Where's the money coming from? What's influencing those academics?
Marxists, left-wing Marxists, ideologues that want to create like the way
let's follow it. Let's follow it to its conclusion. So it's the SJWs are being influenced by the professors, which are being influenced by the money, which is being given by Marxist communists. Now, who would those Marxist communists be, V?
Well, I think you made the video where you talk about the government, the media, and what was the third one? The SJWs, how they're working hand in hand. I think people watching that video will...
I called it a serendipitous conspiracy because it wasn't something worked towards. It just happened to be different groups that had a similar goal and probably looked around and said, oh, shit, look, they're doing it too.
Like, the way I view it, these university professors, they're actually doing it because they believe what they're doing. I don't think. Well, I mean, there's NGOs in Europe, for instance, like the Soros Foundation, which are funding.
George Soros. That's an interesting last name. What kind of name is Soros? Hey?
Okay, if you want to get that he's Jewish, fine. I never deny that.
I've never heard of George Soros.
You never heard of George Soros? Well, okay,
no, I haven't. Is he Jewish?
Yeah, and you can also see that he collaborated with the Nazis when he was young. Yeah, it's a very interesting life.
That's strange. Wow. So George Soros, a Jew, is he paying the Marxist communists, or is he one of them?
Well, mate, if you want to make a video on this issue, I would really.
I do. Educate me. So did George Soros? Is he one of the Marxist communists? Me?
No, I think George Soros never stated why he's doing what he's doing. He is for globalism, from what I've seen. Like it's
a globalist Jew with a lot of money, huh? Weird. Weird.
Wait, okay, why do you think that's weird?
It just seems strange to me. Why would why would somebody, you know, a globalist Jew with a lot of money want to ruin America by influencing academics? That
Well, I
sounds
don't
so
know why would an American woman like Hillary Clinton be so corrupt?
I
It's
don't
strange
know.
to me. It's like these Americans, they're so corrupt. Why would
It's so strange to me. Why would you instantly name a Jewish globalist? I don't know. It's so bizarre. Why was that the first name to pop in your head when talking about this issue?
Well, I'm not against naming people if they're doing it. Like, what do you think he's Jewish? He shouldn't be named, or like, what are you trying to imply?
No. I thought maybe you'd name somebody like, I don't know, Jim Jimerson or something.
I have
Some
never
white
heard of Jim
guy.
Jimerson though.
Neither have
Like,
I, because I've never heard of this issue, but I'm glad you're educating me on it. So I've only got one name to work on. So it's a Jewish man. Are there other Jewish people involved in this V?
I'm pretty sure there's also Jewish and non-Jewish people involved. Yes.
Can you
And
name any
no, but
non-Jewish
here's the
people?
thing, right? No, because I know what you're getting at, right? Is the Jews, right? The Jews, and the problem is when you say the Jews and you don't give names, like people don't really know where to direct their concern towards. Like when you name George Soros, people can actually start looking and they're investigating into what he does, and they can make up their own mind about it. When you just say the Jews, quote unquote, not only will a lot of people just stop listening to you because you sound like a radical Muslim. It's also the fact that it doesn't.
Wait, wait, no. I want to make real sure I'm understanding you here.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that you want to be able to tell people Jews are doing this without actually saying Jews are doing this?
No, I want to
tell.
No, I want to accurately describe the. Well, do you want me to say what I said?
Well, is it not accurate when you just said George Soros is a Jew and he's doing this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to point the people doing it accurately.
You want to just do it in a more PR friendly way. What is your disagreement with the alt-right again?
Okay, so when you say Jews are doing it, there's people that are not Jewish that I also consider responsible. And there's people that are Jewish who aren't doing anything, and I don't consider responsible. I think.
But you instantly named the Jew. you didn't give me a non-Jew. You went right to Soros.
Well, I wasn't prepared for this type of debate. If you were to give me a few hours, and I would look it up, then I would come up with the name of people.
Too, but I mean, I think that name's close to your heart. Why would you instantly name that? That's so weird.
Okay. Well, this is the same question. Like, why would you name a white man? You know, like from a progressive? Because this is the thing with the progressives. They're also concerned. It's like why are straight white men dominating the world? And they would put George Soros as a white man. So, you know, it's like if I were to say, you know, who does something bad, and you are a progressive, you will say, well, you know, oh, there you go, he's white and he's male, and he's dominating the world. But I don't think he's dominating the world. I do think that he's using his money in order to.
I don't know politics. If I can. This is getting pretty extremist, man. I mean, you're telling me Jews are responsible for academia?
That's not what I said.
SJWs.
You're turning it to the so what you're saying is.
So what you're saying is you're telling me that the Jews are behind it. That's so weird. I believe,
you know what?
I only believe in one race, the human race. Okay, right. I want to hold hands and just I want to be able to embrace my wife's boyfriend in a hug because we connect on that level. I don't see skin color, V, or race. That's weird.
Yeah, but that's not my position. I do see skin color and I do see race. It's just that I don't care about legislating based on it. Okay, so let's assume that you listen to a lot of debates with the alt-right that you know there is a Jewish problem according to them. Do you think there is, or do you think there isn't?
Do I think there's a problem with the alt-right?
No. Do you think there is a Jewish problem? Yes or no? Because the alt-right keeps saying there is. Well, what is your stance on it?
I don't know. If
I talked about my political beliefs.
You want me to answer you? You got to let me answer you.
Okay.
I would say if you're looking at the world and you're looking at the positions of power which influence the world, and if you were to come to the conclusion that a small minority of people have a disproportionately high amount of positions within financial or political institutions, I'd say that, yeah, you could probably address that as a problem.
Okay.
But I wouldn't know. I don't see race, V, so I don't know. Are there a lot of Jews?
That's a fair assessment. I'm not contradicting you. That's a fair assessment. My next question.
Have you ever heard of a cancer cluster?
Oh, hold on. My next question.
Wait. Let me follow this up. Have you ever heard of a cancer cluster?
Yes.
You know, when you have an abnormally high amount of cancer patients in a specific region, what do people do? Well, they start looking around for what might be causing that.
Okay.
Are there power lines overhead? Are you near a nuclear plant facility? Because you shouldn't have such a disproportionately high amount of cancer in an area that doesn't statistically add up. I don't know. That would be my observation.
Okay, so I have a question for you, right? You notice that there's a cancer cluster according to you, and you notice that Jews are a problem. What would your solution to this problem be? Because this is where myself and the outright disagree.
Do you want me to give you possible solutions or a final solution?
Just a possible solution. Like how would you fix it? Let's say you're in charge of the the strategy to fix this problem with the cancer cluster. What would your solutions be?
Well, I was on Chris Cantwell's podcast, and he asked something similar. We were debating about a different subject, granted, but my solution to him probably would have been almost an accelerationist position. Sometimes you need to let people have what they want so they understand why it's wrong. So you let the world go to shit, and then you stand over the ashes and say, see, faggots, I fucking told you.